Well, we finally got the schedule. Welcome back to the Charged Up Podcast. My name is Dan. Thanks so much for joining me, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as it really does help me out. So we have the schedule. We already knew what the home and away opponents were going to be, but now we have the official breakdown here. So, just on first glance, you notice the gauntlet, right? Week 3 all the way to week 10. That's going to be the toughest stretch of our schedule for sure, unless something crazy happens, right? Who knows? Maybe some teams fall off, but week 1 at home against the Cardinals, that's a must-win. I don't want to say must-win in like week 1, but you can't give up games you need to win. Arizona should be one of the worst teams in the league this year. You got to win that game. Week 2 at home against the Raiders, same thing. You got to win that game. Because then, week 3 and week 4, you're on the road in Buffalo and Seattle. Those are really tough games. And then you're at home again against Denver, on the road against Kansas City in week 6. Then we got a bye week. Rams week 8, tough game. Obviously, it's going to be played in SoFi. It's kind of a home game for both teams. Then the next week we stay at SoFi playing the Texans. We know how much of a hard time we have with their defense. Then on the road to Baltimore to end that 7 to 8 week gauntlet. If we can just come out of this 7 games 4-3 while starting off 2-0, I'll take 6-3 going into home field again against the Jets week 11. And then Sunday Night Football, Week 12 against the Patriots. We'd like some revenge with that game. We all remember what happened in the wild card game where our offense looked about as bad as you can get. Week 3 in Tampa Bay, again, that's a win. We don't typically play well out there, and it's a 1 o'clock game, I believe. We usually don't play well on the road at 1 o'clock. That's an important one. Again, Raiders, it's tough to lose against bad teams in this schedule when you have so many good teams like the San Francisco 49ers. Short week, Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a great game. My dad's a 49ers fan, by the way, so that'll be interesting. Then week 16 in Miami, week 17 at home against the Chiefs, and then we finish in Denver, Colorado. There's a lot of tough games there. Now, again, let's go over what I think, because I think that you're going to split with Kansas City and Denver. So we'll just start off. I think it's going to be 2-0 to start. Then I say, Buffalo. You know what? I think we can beat Buffalo. And I think we lose against Seattle, so that's 3-1. Home against Broncos, we'll say 4-1. Away against the Chiefs, they probably take that one, say 4-2. 4-3 against the Rams. Don't see us beating the Rams. 5-3. I think we can get over on the Texans this year with their offense, although it is better. Let's go. What are we at here? So, lost count. 1, 2, 3. 3-1. 4-1. 4-2. 4-3. 5-3. Let's go 6-3. 7-3 against the Jets. Say 7-4. I don't know, but the Patriots, they're going to have a really good team. Who knows about the whole coaching situation, but I can see 7-4 after that week. 8-4, 9-4 after these 2 easy games. Then we'll say 9-5. That's going to be a tough game against the San Francisco 49ers. We'll say 10-5. Now, we can be 10-5 going into these last 2 games. I think we're in good shape. And then again, I think we would, beat the Chiefs and then lose to the Broncos. I think we're going to win our home games against these teams and then probably lose our road games. I don't see us sweeping teams like that again like last year. I know the Broncos beat us at the very end of the season when we weren't playing our starters and they were trying to get a particular playoff seed. So it's very interesting. Again, 11-6. I think that's very possible. I maybe we don't beat the Bills, but if we don't, though, we're gonna have to make up that game for somewhere else against San Francisco or the Patriots. We're gonna have to beat We're gonna have to beat multiple good teams this year. And if you're in a video I'm about to put out where Jake Long was talking about the Chargers, one thing he said, and he's absolutely right, is that the Chargers did get better, but now they have to prove it And they're going to have to prove it this year because this schedule is very, very tough. And like I said, the week 3 all the way to week 10, that's a 7-game gauntlet. At least we do have the bye week. But that's going to be the 7 games that really shows us who we really are. But I'd really like to hear your opinion. Do you agree with me that week 3 to week 10 is the toughest part of the schedule? And also, what's your prediction? Let me know what your prediction of our record is going to be. I have 11-6 again for the 3rd year in a row, which sounds weird, but hey, I hope we're better, but it just seems like that's roughly where we're going to be. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new one.